Today I'll do a deep dive into some of the communities with the best access to one of Greenville's biggest highlights, the Swamp Rabbit Trail. The Swamp Rabbit Trail is over 28 miles of paved, walkable, bikeable trailway that runs from north to south and through the city center. Stay tuned for the end of the video when I'm going to highlight my personal favorite community to invest in that's walkable to the trail. Hey there, I'm Lindsay Kovach, and I'm a realtor serving the upstate of South Carolina. I've lived in the upstate for over 15 years and love sharing lifestyle and more about the community that we live in here. If this is your first time on our Living Local channel, I'd love for you to subscribe so you can get the latest videos and updates when we post a new video. Here at Living Local, we strongly value community, connection, and lifetime support. As your real estate agent, my first goal is to ensure that we find the right community for you, because we know that buying a house is so much more than just searching for a home. It's about creating a life in connection with those that surround you so you can live local and live better. If you have questions about living or moving to the upstate, feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to be a resource for you in the upstate. So for today's video, we're going to be running or biking down the trail. We're going to start in the north end of Travelers Rest and travel on down the trail through City Center and end just on the south side off of Lawrence Road. So we're going to focus today on neighborhoods with direct access to the Swamp Rabbit Trail. So by direct access, I mean you don't need to hop in a car or take any kind of motor transportation to get to the trail. All of these neighborhoods are going to be walkable or bikeable to the trailhead within about a mile's distance. So you just need to lace up your shoes or hop on your bike to get access to 28 miles of the Swamp Rabbit Trail. Are you ready? Let's go. So from the northernmost part of the trail, we're gonna hop on and run our bike south, headed down towards the city of Travelers Rest. As we approach downtown Travelers Rest, just under a mile outside of the Tandem Creperie and TR, we're gonna come to Glenview Park. So Glenview Park is a subdivision just across the trail from 276 and just north of Travelers Rest High School. So now that we know the location, just a mile outside of TR and just one main road across from the Swamp Rabbit Trail, let's talk a little bit about Glenview Park, the neighborhood. This neighborhood is a small, newer subdivision. It was built in 2021, so just under 5 years old. The homes in the neighborhood have a modern, open floor plan feel. Home square footage range size from about 1,600 up to 3,000 square feet. So we have a mix of single-story homes and some two-story larger properties within the subdivision. The neighborhood feel is walkable with sidewalks, but these are small, manageable lots, under a quarter of an acre. So you've got a little small yard, but not a whole lot of extra space. It is a mix of families, young professionals, and some empty nesters. Average price point in this community is about $440,000, so pretty affordable in terms of Travelers Rest in the Greenville area. We're gonna go ahead and continue south on the Swamp Rabbit Trail. We're gonna head through the quaint town of Travelers Rest. As you continue down through downtown Travelers Rest and exit the city area, there's going to be a small staircase and bike ramp on your right. If you hop up that staircase, it's going to take you to the Travelers Rest municipal buildings and Trailblazer Park. So Trailblazer Park in TR is home to a large amphitheater, playground, and it's the main kind of event space for all the farmers markets throughout the season, and a number of the festivals and concert series are hosted within Trailblazer Park. Less than a mile from the Swamp Rabbit Trail is Watson Road, and that brings us to our next community, Northcliff and Watson's Crossing. Okay, so what's to love about Northcliff and Watson's Crossing? This is a little bit larger neighborhood as compared to Glenview, and a little bit older. So we have a bigger range of price points and size of homes within this community. Homes were built between 1998 and 2009, so again, a little bit older, 15 to 30 years. And we have a mix of custom homes and national builders. So there's gonna be a little bit of fluctuation in price point within this community. One of the main draws, besides great access to the Swamp Rabbit Trail, we're less than a mile, is that close proximity to Trailblazer Park. So we're about half a mile from Trailblazer Park. But Northcliff also has its own amenities. It's got a large swimming pool, pickleball courts, and a large playground, and sidewalks throughout. Average price point within Northcliff and Watson's Crossing is going to be about $500,000. If you are looking to be a little bit under that budget, You can look for a smaller, little bit older home. And of course, there are larger custom homes that are above that $500,000 price point. All right, so hopping back on the trail, we're gonna continue to head south from Travelers Rest towards downtown Greenville. Our next stop, we're gonna travel just past the Gulf gas station, which is kind of a trail landmark. You wouldn't know it from the exterior, but it has this extensive craft beer selection inside. So it's a well-known stop in TR area. So we're gonna continue past the Gulf station in TR to our next featured community, which you can see the entire community from the back of the trail, Velo. So the backside of this neighborhood borders the trail, providing walkout access for those who desire an on-trail lifestyle with high-end but low maintenance. So Velo is a gated community off the trail, offering a luxury lifestyle with the trail access. All the homes were built and completed in 2023. It's one of the only gated communities off of the trail. Property size in here is going to be a little bit larger, 2,600 to 3,000 square feet, and a very modern board and batten luxury design. Most of the properties have extensive porches and patios, but are smaller in terms of their lots. A couple of the properties that even have small cooling pools that back up to the trail. Average price point in the Velo community for resale is going to be about $770,000. So next we're going to traverse the trail along past Furman University. The trail runs just parallel to the lake and bell tower. You'll continue to follow the trail on through Berea and the head into Greenville area past the old mill buildings. And our next kind of stop off the trail before we get to our next neighborhood is going to be Unity Park. So Unity Park is a brand new, gorgeous feature within Greenville. It's over 60 acres of green space, playground, splash pad. It borders right on the Commons in Greenville, which is a commercial communal space and food hall. It's got a ton of outdoor seating, some restaurants, retail spaces, and is currently expanding. Any given day, there's kids out on the playground, people playing frisbee or volleyball in the large green space. It's just a beautiful kind of central point just outside of the city in downtown Greenville. So just past Unity Park, we're going to talk about our next featured neighborhood. This one is a little more trail adjacent. The next few are as we get into downtown Greenville. The trail continues through the city center and there aren't neighborhoods in the city center. We're kind of entering the commercial space. So just before we get into downtown Greenville is beautiful historic Hampton, Pinkney. This historic neighborhood features Craftsman style homes built in the early 20th century. So you definitely get that historic charm as you enter into Hampton, Pinkney. Many of these homes have been updated and renovated. There are a few properties and lots in the area that feature more modern, new construction, but you're gonna get really mostly that historic feel in the neighborhood. Because of the historic charm and the proximity to downtown, this great location, price point's gonna be a little bit higher here. Most homes are sold for around the $1 million or above mark. Average price point in here is about $900,000. So we're gonna exit Hampton, Pinkney and hop back on the trail just outside of the end of Unity Park and head into downtown Greenville. The Swamp Rabbit Trail continues through the city center. You're gonna pass the Peace Center, head through Falls Park, and exit out the south side of the city into the Greenville Zoo area, and we'll enter into our next area, Cleveland Park. So within the neighborhood is Cleveland Park itself. So large green space that the Swamp Rabbit Trail wraps through. There's playgrounds. The Greenville Zoo is just across from Cleveland Park, large tennis courts and exercise equipment and a walking trail. So the Cleveland Park community extends from Woodland Way, just off the trail, all the way up to Augusta Street. These homes are on large lots, established community, wooded area, really natural feel outside of the park. Average price point of these homes, again, because of our proximity to downtown and this mature community, is gonna be $1.3 million. You're gonna see properties up into the high $2 million and beyond within this area. The Cleveland Park community in Greenville is gonna be one of the most competitive markets. We see properties move very quickly in this neighborhood and oftentimes sell off market. As we exit Cleveland Park and continue south on the Swamp Rabbit Trail, we're going to come to our next community, Nicoletown. So for those who are looking for close proximity to Cleveland Park and the downtown area, but are on a smaller budget, the Nicoletown community is a great option. This community has a mix of older properties and newer rehab homes and a mix of square footage. So we've got a range of price points within here. Your average home is going to be about $350,000. Again, that'll vary depending on age, condition, and size. Nicoletown is a popular community for young couples, young professionals, and investors. With close access to the restaurants and shops on Lawrence Road and great access to 385 for your daily commute, makes Nicoletown a great option. As we continue out of downtown, still on the south side of the city, we're gonna hop back on the trail and hit our next two stops just off of the Swamp Rabbit Trail, still off of Lawrence Road. So our next two communities are adjacent to one another, Gower Estates and Parkins Mill. Both these communities are for those who, again, want to be on the south side of the city, better access to 385, with closer proximity to Simpsonville. Both of these neighborhoods are more mature neighborhoods with larger lots, wooded tree areas, and have more of that community feel. They both feature neighborhood amenities with outdoor pools and very popular summer swim leagues. Gower Estates average is going to be $800,000 and Parkins Mill average price point is going to be $1.3 million. Now both of these neighborhoods are trail adjacent, so you are going to have to cross over Lawrence Road to hop on the trail. So still close proximity to the trail and beautiful areas to live in. So our last stop and featured community with great access to the Swamp Rabbit Trail is Hollingsworth Park. So this is our southernmost community in Greenville. Hollingsworth Park is situated just outside of the hustle and bustle of the commercial spaces of Verde Boulevard and Woodruff Road, but it's a planned, walkable, quiet community featuring Legacy Park within the center of it. Now, Legacy Park is a 20-acre man-made park green space that was modeled after New York City's Central Park. The popular community of Hollingsworth Park has homes less than 10 years old, and they have a Charleston-style modern feel with, again, walkable sidewalks throughout. Within this community, there's a mix of single-family homes, cottages, and townhomes. And again, because of the mix of sizes and styles, your price range within Hollingsworth Park can vary from $450,000 upwards to above $2 million for those larger, more custom homes. So the close proximity to the commercial hub of Greenville, but also having a walkable community space where you can walk to coffee shops and small restaurants is the feel of Hollingsworth Park. So this is where our community tour ends. The Swamp Rabbit Trail is still currently under construction and they're continuing to expand the access with plans for it to go up towards Malden and Lawrence County within Greenville. Again, 28 acres of gorgeous paved trail space and certainly a highlight. Folks like me love to use it multiple times a week to run, bike, or just walk and enjoy some outside leisure time in the Greenville area. So I promised you at the beginning of the video that I would reveal to you my favorite community and where I think the best real estate investment is for close access to the Swamp Rabbit Trail. In terms of price per square footage, best access to the Swamp Rabbit Trail and surrounding community and amenities, Cleveland Park would have to be the winner for the best overall investment. You've got the proximity to downtown, but you're also bordering the park itself, which gives you a little bit of a natural feel and protection from development. So I would say Cleveland Park would be your best investment for close access to the Swamp Rabbit Trail in Greenville. Thanks so much for joining us today as we toured the great communities in Greenville that have walkable access to the Swamp Rabbit Trail. Again, I'm Lindsay Kovach. I'm a realtor in the upstate of South Carolina, and I'm so glad you found our channel, Living Local, where we give you insight to what it's like to live local and live better in the upstate of South Carolina. As your real estate agent, my goal is to help you find the community that you connect with as you start your home search. As an active runner, I found my community here in Travelers Rest, South Carolina, and I would love to help you find your community here in the upstate. I hope you'll join me for my next video where we dive into Travelers Rest by the numbers. So your guide to searching for your property in Travelers Rest with all the good property search statistics.